So I've decided from now on I'm going to start every video by putting out the code of the week. This is going to be for Android. If you have Apple, you need to go and look up, if you just Google it, current or June code, it'll come up. Usually these codes don't work until the first of the month that it says, but we're well past the first, so you should be perfectly fine. I've already gotten mine, so no big deal. SW 2019 June 15. I have it typed up on the left, and you can also see it in the center right now. So that's that, and let's get into this a little bit. I was gonna do some stuff over the new dimensional hole. There's been a lot of mixed reviews, so I'm gonna kind of keep this a little light and just pick on parts of it that aren't too heavy. Chat has been very negative. People have not liked this new content. The biggest complaints I've heard so far is that it's basically a grind fest. So I would like very much if you would throw down in the comments. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What is it about it that you do or don't like? You know, do you think it's a grind fest as well and that's awful for you? You know, whatever it is, I want to know. So the way this works is that right now there's two places we can click on. There will be more later, as you can see. There's at least two more planets, probably three more. So Karzan and Alunia are the two. Karzan is where I'm going to go to for now. It's got two places. Forest of Roaring Beasts right here. This is sort of like an R5 boss, except you play him 1v1. The strategy info will tell you all of his abilities. Also, it's really worth noting, he summons monsters to fight by his side. Not just weak little monsters, but actual, like, moderately geared monsters. Like the very first phase is what they call it. Konamaya's one of the two. And then Varus. This is Dark Griffin. I had to look him up. He's not that dangerous, but the Konamaya, if you have to stop her from using her second ability, or the boss will get basically two turns back to back, but he'll for sure get one. And you don't want him getting any turns at all, because if he gets a turn, if he gets one turn, he'll defense break all your monsters. So if you can break a monster like the Wind Undine Delphoy, who can cleanse and then immunity everybody, that's good. If not, Fran can work. You've just got to get that immunity up before your monsters get hit, because she can only cleanse one target. But you can keep looking. Vero can work too, Veramos, but you won't be able to do R4 and R5 with Veramos. Maybe R4, definitely not R5. Same thing with Phase 2. He summons two monsters, and one of them is Rayok, so you have to kill Rayok as well, because if Rayok gets a turn, he'll use his second ability and let the boss go with him, and then the boss will get a turn shortly after, and you don't want that. Now the third wave, you can just face kill the boss. Okay, the two that come with it here, if you just run a little bit of CC, you can CC them very easily. And then even if your CC doesn't succeed, it's not like the other two where they give the boss a chance to go. So they'll do some damage, but they won't let the boss go right away, so it's not as important. Some people can go ahead and face. It's called a face if you can just kill the boss right away and ignore the ads. Some people will be able to face all three phases. I suggest giving it a try. If you can face it, great, do that. But if facing it is not consistent for you, then you may want to tone it back and try. I'm going to pull this up right now on the 4th level. My twins are not amazing. They're not my best rune monsters. I don't use them for a lot of things. So they're just okay. But just like some of the other modes, you can click on boss battle right here, and it'll attack order, right? Auto mode is fine if that's what you want to do, but really I suggest using attack order, because then like I'm giving you a suggestion, but I'm giving you a suggestion based on what I expect my average viewer will have. You could have much better monsters than what I'm accounting for, so you may not need to do, kill the little guys. You may be able to just blow through the main monster. So you can pick what priority order for all three waves. I've chosen straight face because I know my team can do it. But what I suggest is, like I said, trying it this way. You don't want to just try it once though. You want to try it about 5 times, unless it fails the first 2 times. Because you, once, especially in this game, could be a fluke. Two could be a fluke. And you may find out that out of every 5, you lose 2 or 3. And that's not great. So if you can just change your kill order, your priority order, and get that consistency up, but it costs a little more time, it doesn't matter. That's worth it. So right now I'm actually they're fighting Dagoras. Dagora is the water warbear. His awakened abilities are going to be really strong. I think him and Rayok are going to become part of the meta again. Not 100%, but I think so. So you can see I had Konamaya CC'd, right? But it's going to come down to the wire right here, unless somebody CC's. Yep, see, it was close. If I hadn't killed him right there, Kona probably would have got a turn, and that would have given the boss a turn, and oof, it's nasty. Yeah, I mean, look at that. My Fran is built pretty heavily tank and only moderately attack percent. And I mean, him plus the 2 of them almost just one-shot her. See, this is the other problem. He also attack breaks, or defense breaks, a lot. And if he hits you after he's defense broke you, ugh, very unlikely you're going to pull through. So, my team just lost Fran, and that means that they may or may not win this. It's going to come down to whether the CC lands right here. Yeah, he stunned up both my twins, so this will be a wipe probably. Yep, there it is. Yeah, see, so my team can do this semi-consistently, but not excessively consistent. So I'm either going to take Fran out, or I'm going to and put a different monster in, or I'm going to pick a different attack order. So I'm going to go over just one thing about the Karzan Remains, the other part of this, and then I'm going to call this video for now. I'm not trying to get too deep into these for this content, partly because I am not a pro player. I know a bit about the game. I've studied the game really thoroughly, but my real strength is in the earlier game stuff, and I don't want to just make up stuff. I'm not going to just pretend I know what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to tell you this is the best way to do. I don't know how to do the R5 here. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't think I've beaten it. If I have beaten it, I've only beat it once. So it's difficult. It's really hard. And that's perfectly fine. If you can't beat R4, don't feel bad. I think the requirements for these are a little higher than other things that we've had to do. Plus, these are just, it only allows 4 monsters, and that kind of hurts. Plus, if you go into these, like Karzan Remains, look at the bottom left. There's always these weird stipulations on these. Only default 4-star low monsters can enter. So any of those nice, good, strong monsters that you've got cannot participate. That really hurts. I mean, that just really cuts you down. And then also, you must put an Awakened Inugami as part of your 4 monsters. So I've chosen Bella. Bella is not the right answer, though. I was choosing Bella because she was the only one I had geared up. I believe Tayor, Rayok is the right answer. His S2 was nerfed a long time ago. It used to be stronger. But when you awaken him the second time, it kind of brings it back to what it used to be. His S2 becomes, instead of just attacking with one other ally, he attacks with 2 other allies. And then his S3, I believe it just gets stronger, but I'd have to go double check exactly what it is. But it gets stronger. So I think Rayok is going to enter the meta again. But again, I'm not a pro. I don't know this for sure. This is just how I'm perceiving things right now and kind of weighing and seeing how the monsters are. So I think, obviously, Bella will stay in the meta. She's not going anywhere. She's going to get stronger. Her heals are all stronger. I think her defense break gets a little stronger, but her heals get stronger, and that's already enough. So I wanted to point out right here, I'm not going to go through another fight. I'm just going to point this out. You can see where I'm flashing between the 2 right here. So when you open Karzan, it'll always be on the Inugami one. But right up here in the top right, you can click on the other portrait, and this pulls up the Warbear one. They're separate things, right? Like you can see I've gotten to 5, but that's just a coincidence. You have to clear each one of these separately all the way to 5. These will give you, not that, sorry, the materials. These are all crafting materials. I'll just show you really quick what they craft. There's two things, and you'll want to do this one first. So if you go to your craft building, the very bottom, there's a new option, craft ancient rune. Select ancient, and then you have to pick one or the other. I'm gonna pick despair. No, no, no. So you can see here it says Karzan and Alunia. I haven't really done any Alunia because I hadn't picked a fairy that I wanted to awaken yet. I have now, but I'm gonna test her before I bring it up in chat. Uh, I don't know. Look out for my next video about it. I'll probably drop the name, later. But I haven't tested it thoroughly yet, so I don't want to put it out there. But yeah, you click whichever one you have the materials for. I don't have enough of the ancient magic stones, or I would show you. I have not been really serious about farming this because it's set up to where you can't crazy farm it like some of these other things. You can't just refill your energy over and over. Your energy comes back 1.1 energy every 2 hours. So you get an extra 12 energy every day. Your maximum energy is 100. So as long as you use 15 or 20 and make sure that when you log off, you have, 70 to 80 energy, then that timer will always be going and that'll keep it efficient. So these runes, here's the only real good thing. They come with a higher base stats than other runes. One of my guildmates, I haven't experienced this yet, but one of my guildmates got a 6-star, and two of its base stats had +9 instead of +8 being a maximum. No longer, it's at least +9. I'll do some research and find out exactly which one it is, but it's at least +9, so we can say that for sure. 5 times. Anyway, I'm gonna jump off here. Probably my next video will be a scroll video. I've got quite a few scrolls from the newest pack. That newest pack has insane value. That many Devilmons being sold at once is kind of crazy. I don't think I've seen that much or at all since I've started playing. So if you're a spender, I would spend. Get this. If you're not a spender, there's nothing wrong with that. Do whatever makes you happy. Honestly, this is a game, and I hope, if anything, you guys always remember that. This is a game. You gotta do what makes you happy. Screw anything else. You don't have to go, the most min-max path, the most, trying to hard-press the objectives. If that's not fun to you, don't do it. If you want to screw around with Arena for 3 weeks, just do it. Have fun. Enjoy the Arena. Screw around all you want. Now, you can't be mad afterwards that you're not progressing like some other people. But as long as you're having fun, that's all that really matters.